This week's listener review spotlight is from Harry, who wrote, A Legendary Pathfinder Podcast. I was hooked after the first episode of this actual play Pathfinder 2e podcast, with added sound effects, music, and some light editing to keep the pace going. It was fun to meet these unlikely heroes as they start their journey together. I just finished the second episode and can't wait for more. I'll definitely be adding this to my weekly must-listen list. We would love to share your review as well, so post one soon, and you might get the next shout-out. Thanks for listening.
Across our universe, a special significance is often bestowed upon the third planet from a star. Earth, Kepler 186, and Centauri Plan 93. In the Pathfinder universe, another third planet exists, the world of Golarion.
Golarion is a striking blue and green jewel against the backdrop of the void. Clouds of white and gray dance across its atmosphere, forming ever-changing patterns over the continents. Vibrant blue oceans reflect the golden sunlight, while its lush green landmasses are marked by vast forests, rolling hills, and towering mountain ranges.
Golarion is a world of contrast and complexity, from ancient ruins that hold undead civilizations to vibrant, multicultural cities of the living. Golarion is a place of magic and mysteries, where legends come to life, and a captivating narrative of cultures, ancestries, and histories weave an incredible tapestry.
Join us in the heart of the Pathfinder universe, a hub of magic and myth, where ancient gods and fabled creatures shape its destiny. Join us for tales of long-lost treasures, nefarious villains, and heroic alliances that will shape the fate of the world and become known as the Wayfinder Legends.
All right, so let me recap from last time. One, you guys met in a tavern, totally non-cliched. Two, went to the city hall, burnt that down.
Non-cliched.
Not cliche.
Never happened.
Totally expected of you
Well,
guys.
technically, we didn't burn it down.
You were just there, and it burnt down.
We didn't light a single fire. In fact, there were plenty of rays of frost that were hit the walls. and a significant amount of water.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see yours. Oh, yeah, burned down city hall. She hit on the guard.
I think he hit on me. I don't think
Sure,
that she was
yeah.
reciprocating.
And then in episode 3, you guys made your way to Hell Knight Hill,
Hell yeah.
also known as Citadel Alteran, or All-Terrain, because they really need to work on that spelling. Plame, our resident goblin here, checked out the place. It consists of, there's one big central keep, like a big central tower, and then there's 2 smaller towers off to either side, and they're all connected. So it's basically 3 buildings, north to south, low tower, low tower. As you went around them, to the gates to the main citadel themselves are kind of set in ajar slightly. As he went around him, he found the south tower had a pair of double doors that appeared to be sealed, a hole in the wall that went to some kind of big training chamber, it looked like. That's on the southmost. And then as he came around the backside, and you guys, I should point out, are on the east side of the tower right now. Town is south of you. You kind of came up and it hooks around through the hills. As he came around the backside on the west side, he found another hole in the north tower. That was the one with all the weeds and stuff grown in it. And then on the north face of the north tower was a really big hole. That's the one that had the pool of water that had collected with a dead guy in it. And then on the east face of the north tower, just around the corner from that big one, you can actually see it from there, is another hole. This castle has seen better days. And that's the one where you got the yips. And then, of course, there's just the big main doors. And what was your decision to do? Was it you were approaching the main doors, right?
I think we were just entering.
You were okay.
Yeah, I think Inara just kicked it down, if I remember correctly.
Well, I was going to read a little description first. Right? Battered reinforced doors hang ajar at the main entrance to Citadel Alteran, once the headquarters of the Hell Knight Order of the Nail. Above the doorframe, a tarnished seal depicting a sunburst made of nails stands out in relief on the keep's stonework. Under the seal runs a worn but clear line of carved text.
Is it readable to me?
Can you even read?
Barely. I mean, she knows common.
Some barbarians in this rule set, can barbarians read?
Yeah. She struggles a little bit, but she can read.
I think you'd probably know Kellish. What languages do you read? Or for that matter, anyone. Just let me throw out a language.
Oh, Body doesn't look at that text. Body can read Common, Dwarven, Elven, Goblin, and Orcish.
Ooh, it is none of those.
Ow! Body looks at the text. He kind of scratches his bald head with scraggly hairs on it, and Body's ears kind of like twitch and go up and down, and says, well, I can't read this.
Plame will take a look at it.
Sure.
He has Decipher Writing Occultism, Decipher Writing Religion, then Decipher Writing Society, and Decipher Writing Arcana. Will any of those help?
Occultism or Arcana?
Going to do Occultism.
Yeah.
19. No, 17. 17.
Says it's infernal.
Ah.
Yes, the language of the lower planes.
This is demon writing. Makes sense with the Hell Knights.
Something about savagery in the home and mind. You didn't quite roll good enough to get the full concept, but yeah.
Wholesome blokes, hey?
Are we going in? Or are you guys going to keep staring at the wall?
Body's ears go down, and he pulls his head back and says, you're in quite the hurry.
I thought you said we were in a hurry. We're in a hurry.
Well, I didn't say that.
I thought that we were in a hurry.
I think you're always in a hurry.
You guys dragged me out of the bar, then we must be in a hurry.
That's all.
Yeah, I love it.
So I believe that Inara was going first.
Yeah. Big gates, the lock is gone. It's just looking all kind of nasty and rusted. Hey, roll me a perception DC 12.
21.
Ooh, very good. Yeah, you do notice that while the lock is missing, that the hinges are rusted and dented. So it will be difficult to open the door, and it'll definitely be loud.
So Plame will look at Inara and say,
I think when you open that door, it's going to make a lot of noise.
Awesome. She'll run up and kick it down.
The large room beyond is a cluttered amalgamation of a formal receiving parlor and a ruined husk. Dented, rusted, and otherwise ruined suits of outdated Hell Knight armor line the north and south walls. Each display is tipped over. Bits are missing, a helmet there, gauntlets here, greaves from another one, the pieces scattered about. Broken furniture is also scattered about the area, as are what looks like several half-chewed carcasses of small prey animals. A wide but dirty stretch of black carpet leads to two large doors, one to the northwest and one to the southwest. Scuffs on the walls indicate where valuable paintings or framed documents had once hung. Prominently displayed on each wall is a seal depicting a sunburst made of nails, carved in relief identical to the one above the door you just entered through. Toward the ceiling, running the length of each wall, is the same motto, but this time presented on the north wall in Talden, or Common, as it's commonly called, and Infernal on the south. It reads, Savagery must be quelled in the land, the home, and the mind. Once the sound of the clattering doors, as you kicked open, settles, you're greeted with a loud three creatures in the northwest corner come to their feet. They're about the size of a large dog. They have long, hairless tails like a rat, long faces that are sort of a mix between rodent and dog, with long canines, big pointed ears that stand up.
So it's like a rat dog?
Yeah.
A big rat dog?
Like a giant rat dog. And and they got their backs arched up like an angry cat, and they're hissing at you.
Okay. I'm going to hiss back at them.
I was about to say, Plame, you recognize what these are. These are goblin dogs.
ah,
I assume you grew up around goblins.
a little, but not much.
Body did grow up around goblins and hobgoblins and goblin dogs, so he recognizes them immediately.
Ah,
They were kind of hissing at you. You see that it looks like they were chewing on some kind of small, maybe humanoid thing. It's hard to tell. It's pretty rotted, whatever it was.
Would Body know if they're immediately aggressive or if they could be cowed or intimidated?
That would require some kind of knowledge check.
I'll make my roll. 15 on the dice for a 21.
Oh, nice. That was nice. Yeah, Boddy. Yeah, these are goblin dogs. They're actually rodents. They're just really big rodents. It's like a capybara with a horrible attitude. Typically, they're kind of cowardly unless hungry or scared. And then they can be turned aggressive. Looks like they were chewing on some old bones, looking a little underfed at the moment. And someone just kicked in a door and may have scared them.
As soon as he sees them, he hunkers down and he goes, get ready for a fight.
So, are we in like an initiative?
I'll let you take one action.
Okay. Well, part of like me growling at them, I'm gonna do demoralize. I have a special thing to add on to that where I don't have to shout or speak their language. I can just look at them.
Oh.
So, it is intimidating glare. So, intimidation check against the target's will DC.
It's one individual. Is it one or more than one? I think you can only do one at a time.
I think it's only one, so I'll do the one closest to us right now.
That will be a will 15. That'll be a 15 DC.
That is a natural 20 with intimidate, so it'd be modified 25.
That is a critical result.
Critical success. Target becomes frightened too.
So that front one goes, it kind of hunkers down a little. You kind of see it kind of shrink down in its mangy fur. And by the way, they do have bad mange. They've clearly not been well kept. And it kind of backs away a little. The other two are looking a bit nervous. Not nearly as cowed as the first one, but they're like, are we missing something here?
I'm going to turn back to everyone and just say, see, all you got to do is hiss at them, and they're done.
And Boddy looks past her and says, don't be so sure, love. They're still hungry.
They're just giant rats. What are they going to do?
Oh, you'll soon. If you're not careful.
Now we can do initiative. Let me know what skill you're using and why.
I'm going to use intimidation, if that's okay. Part of what I'm doing.
Ooh.
Modified 7. Rolled it 2.
Fawin's going to use perception. And that will be a modified 10 on her initiative. She's at the back of the group.
I'm just going to use perception. It's plus 3. 9 for Boddy.
Plame.
And as a reminder, in the end of last episode, Plame went stealth. And so he's going to use stealth for his initiative.
Ah, excellent. Yes, he was. Stealthing everywhere.
Modified 20.
Ooh.
And just as a clarification, since I am stealthed, my first attack, the enemies will be off balance, off guard.
Oh, perfect. Off guard. Gotta remember the new terminology. It's like flat-footed, but it's not. It's off guard.
It's off guard. So, Plame goes first? All right, so Plame is going to make use of what I think is a new rule in the Remastered Edition. He's going to swap weapons. If you remember, he had drawn his dog slicer, and in the revised edition, it only takes one action to swap weapons. And then he's going to take one action to load his crossbow. And then he's going to shoot the creature furthest away that's tucked in that corner, or at least shoot at it, and see what happens.
All right.
Modified 19.
That will hit, sir.
And since he is sneak attacking, he'll roll an additional die 6 on top of the die 8 for the crossbow.
Nice.
7 points of damage. Not the greatest roll for the die 8, but at least the die 6 came up.
He is wounded, but not dead.
I'm not dead.
All right, next is going to be Fawin.
Boddy and Plame are both in the doorway, and Inara has stepped through the doorway, and Fawin's still outside, and she doesn't have an angle to see around the corner of the doorway to what's going on in there, but she can tell that it's trouble. Mesmer's eyes kind of pulse green, And she reaches out and touches Boddy and gives him guidance.
Nice.
That is a +1 to an attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check that you want to use before it's Fawin's turn again. And second action, Fawin moves around behind Plame, and again there's this pulse of very, very soft, maybe more like an intensity of the green in Mesmer's eyes than anything else. And she touches Plame and gives him guidance as well.
And guidance is a 1-action spell?
It's a 1-action cantrip.
Okay, because normally they're 2-action.
Yep, so guidance, move, guidance. That's my turn.
Boddy is going to... is moving through friendlies. Is it rough terrain, or...
You can angle to go around, but...
Boddy wants to split these monsters up a little bit.
Alrighty.
So he's going to move past Inara. Past Inara and to the left against the wall where the... toward the corner where the 3 goblin dogs are not. Is that carpet or is that wall? I don't know.
That's carpet.
Oh, yeah. Boddy's gonna move right there, a little closer to the wall, further away from the goblin dog.
So he moved in and to the left, back to the wall.
Toward the wall.
Dog slicer out.
Dog slicer's out. With Boddy's other hand, he's gonna stretch it out toward the same lead goblin dog.
Was she intimidated?
Yes.
Okay.
He's gonna hit it with Produce Flame. Just a 30-foot spell attack. It's going to just launch flame this bad boy. That'll be a +6 against target's AC, which is down by 2.
Nice.
That is a 21.
That will hit.
Excellent. So the damage that Boddy does is 1d4 plus 3. 4. So a total of 7 damage to that front goblin dog.
It yelps.
He narrows his eyes, hunkers down, and keeps that dog slicer out in front of him. That's Boddy's turn.
Okay. Doggos. By the way, goblins do not like them referred to as goblin dogs because goblins don't like dogs. They're actually rats. But they never really bothered to come up with their own word for them. So,
At least not common.
Mm-hmm.
They will attack. That lead one, he is going to fall back. Just straight back that way.
Good.
He's been very intimidated.
Cowardly goblin dog.
His other 2 friends, however, they're going to go for what they think is the biggest threat, the thing that keeps hissing at them. Both of them charge Inara. What is your armor class, Inara?
18.
18. Good, eh? The first one, an adjusted 24.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's definitely hitting.
He leaps and he bites into your arm for 7 points.
Ow. First time taking damage.
Yeah, he's got big old rat teeth. They sink right into your forearm. Also, I'm going to need you to make a saving throw.
4.
Fortitude save. DC 17.
I got a modified 12. It was on an 18, and then it rolled to a 4.
Oh, well, this is going to be interesting then. So one's on Inara, it's bit into her arm, and the other one is just to her left. And the second one got an adjusted 15. Mostly it's kind of growling and hissing. He's providing moral support. He's going to take another shot at you.
Oh.
One that missed. Now, since he's already used an attack action, when you repeat an action, the next one's at -5. So that'll be an adjusted 15, so he will still miss. It hits your armor and kind of slides off.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, by the way, what is everyone's hit points? I do not have those down.
17.
Boddy's at 19 right now, which is his total.
Plame still is 19 as well.
Fawin is 15, and that's what she has.
We are now on to Inara. How do you respond to this indignity of having a big rat clomp on your arm?
I think this is the point where Inara is getting a little upset, and she's going to rage.
Rage.
Yep. So that will be a +2 to damage, +6 to my health, and I also lose my dex adjustment for AC when I rage.
Ah.
Interesting. It's very different from old school rage.
Yeah, that makes more sense, actually. You're clumsier.
So she starts to rage instead of hissing. She's more of like roaring at them at this point. And she is going to attempt to escape the grapple in a way where she is going to try and throw this thing off of her arm.
Okay, alrighty. That will probably be a athletics check, and you're going to have to beat a DC of 18.
So that is a modified 19.
Oh, yeah. You throw this thing to the side.
How far can I throw it? Because I'm like really throwing it here.
They're medium, so they would be small human-sized. I'm thinking you just get it loose and it like falls down, more or less.
Success is 5 feet. Critical success is 10 feet.
Okay.
It fell prone, so you just throw this thing completely off of your arm and it lands. Yeah, it rolled a 1 on its save.
So that was 2 actions, and then...
Now you have made an attack action this round as a shove, so you will be at -5.
Okay. So I'm going to use my last action to just swing my sword down at this thing while it's on the floor.
Okay, you would need a 13, because 2 from being frightened and then 2 from being prone.
Okay. So that's a modified 12.
Nope. They're very dexterous. Rolls away and you stab into the ground. That's your third action?
Yep, that's it.
All right, back to the top of the round. Back to Plame.
Okay, Plame is again going to switch weapons back to his dog slicer. So that's an action. And then he's going to move and use the tumble through. Although technically, I think for flavor, he's going to tumble over this one that's still standing.
Oh, nice.
If he makes his acrobatics check. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a 22 modified. 20, yeah. So he's not going to use his +1. Is it plus just one thing, or is it +1 the whole time?
It's just a +1 to one thing, but unless I do something to extend it, it'll fade when it's Fawin's turn.
Okay, so he's not going to use the +1 there.
Yeah.
Now he has flanked the goblin dog between Inara.
Oh, it is a flank doggy.
And then he is going to use his last action to strike at this goblin dog that is now off guard.
-2 to its armor class.
Correct. It will be a sneak attack if he hits, because the dog slicer is a finesse weapon. That will be a hit. 22
Yeah, definitely a hit.
is
Not quite a critical.
not a...
No.
That's fine. So it still is a sneak attack, so he will add an additional die 6, and the dog slicer does a die 6 + 4.
Sweet.
Oh, man. His dexterity?
Yes. Took the thief racket, he uses dexterity instead of strength for his bonuses.
Yeah, he's nasty with that dog slicer.
So that will be 2 die 6. 11 points of damage.
Okay, that is the one who has not been hit yet, but he is seriously hurt. Yeah, that's like flying over, and as you land, you just bring that dog slicer down and just stab it right into its rump. That's your third act. Fawin.
So as Plame flips over this goblin dog, that opens up a line of sight 10 feet in front of Fawin, who is still standing outside. And so she is going to cast what is quickly becoming a favorite, telekinetic projectile.
All right, what do you telekinetically project?
Just a rock, a stone, maybe a piece of rubble. It goes flying in. She rolled a 10.
That will miss. Not a critical miss, but it is a miss.
And then that's a 2-action spell. And for her next action, she is going to cast guidance on Inara, who is right there about 10 feet in front of her. There's a little pulse from the intensity of Mesmer's eyes.
And what guidance do you offer her?
Fawin says to Inara, "You're fantastic. They're afraid of you. Get them."
Inara just grins at Fawin, gives her a thumbs up.
And those are Fawin's 3 actions.
All right. Body?
Body moves the exact 25 feet that he needs to flank that goblin dog that's on the ground still between Inara and him.
So from one side of the room to the other, he's dashed across.
Yeah. He just zips directly over behind that thing, and he's going to stab at it with his dog slicer.
So this is the one that was prone.
So it'll be armor class 13.
Good chance to get a crit. Come on, dice. +7. Come on. For a 17, that gives me a total of 24.
Oh, that is 10. Yep, 10 higher than you need. That is a crit, sir.
So that'll be 1d6 + 3 doubled. Oh, I rolled a 1 on the dice for a 4. So that's 8 points of damage on this critical hit.
It's not dead, but it is hurting bad.
Hurts to roll a 1 on a crit. He's gonna slice at it again because that was just one attack. Would be at a -5 total.
Mm-hmm. So you'll need an adjusted 18 now.
Come on, dice, let's do it. 10 on the dice. That is a 17.
You barely miss.
That's Body's turn. Oh, I made a mistake. Dog slicers are agile weapons, which means they only take a -4.
Oh, so you would have gotten an 18.
That's right, which is exactly what I need to hit. Oh, yeah. So 1d6 plus 3 points of damage. So, that would be 8 points of damage.
Oh, it is now at -6.
Yes. 2 mighty strokes of this dog slicer, and this thing is dead. Because that's the one that took a chunk out of Inara.
Having spent time around goblin dogs, you know right where to hit them.
All right. That's Body's turn. He feels good about that.
Okay, let me roll a check here. It's going to run between Fawin and Mesmer, and he's booking it.
He's running outside the front doors.
Yes, the double doors you guys came in. Yeah, he's just going to run off into the woods.
So, is he actually in the woods, or is he running toward the woods and still in the open area?
He's still in the open at the moment. Next round he'll be in the woods. Next round he will be, because the vegetation has grown in. It was clear cut far back from the castle at one point. He did not roll well for morale, so it just ran off. The other one, someone thoughtfully turned their back on a cowering dog, and he's going to take that opportunity. Boddy. What's your armor class?
Body's armor class is 17.
Nice. Ooh, if it wasn't for the fright effect, you'd be bit.
Ooh.
Yep.
So he missed on that one.
Yeah.
Is he going to try again?
Oh, he will.
Second attack, -5.
Mm-hmm. +3. So he'll need a 14. That is a 1.
Yes. Oh, are we doing...
Yeah, that is a critical failure. Woohoo. Go for it, Brook. It was a natural 1.
I have picked up these wonderful critical fumble deck from Paizo Publishing. And so, drawing from the first card, was it a melee attack?
It was a melee attack. It was a bite.
It's called Who Was That? You're slowed 1 until the end of your next turn. So the goblin dog will lose an action.
So that means he's done.
Woohoo!
Nice.
As he saw his other friend go, he's like, what was that?
Okay, there is one final action that the dogs are going to take. These large rodents with their mangy fur. It's sickening. It's sickening, Inara. You feel physically sick to your stomach. I mean, you just want to puke. You were just really not good.
Oh, no.
Not good. It's like you just spent a night at the bar.
She knows this feeling very well. Very well.
Yeah. Is it the vodka? Is it the goblin dog? It's hard to tell.
You now have the sickened condition, and I'll read that so we can educate our listeners. You feel ill. Sickened always includes a value. Yours is sickened 1. You take a status penalty equal to that value, so -1 in your case, on all checks and DC. You cannot willingly ingest anything, including elixirs and potions, while sickened. You can spend a single action retching in an attempt to recover, which lets you immediately attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the effect that made you sickened. On success, you reduce your sickened value by 1 or 2 on a critical success. It's your turn.
So she's not feeling too good, but she's used to this feeling. So she's going to try and recover and just get herself to puke whatever this is out.
She's and the entire party backs up.
I love this character.
All right, so that's a fortitude, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. DC 17 fortitude save.
Got a modified 18.
Nice.
She gonna just lets it all out all over the floor.
Just while you're running toward the other dog. Like a veteran marathon runner.
Exactly.
She's good now? So, like, completely not sickened because it's reduced by 1.
A success is reduced by 1, and so you were sickened once, so now you're not sickened.
Yes, you're fine.
So after puking and not feeling too well, she's going to run over. There is one behind Boddy to the right.
Yes.
As she's running, she's just going to be saying, oh man, there was something in the beer this morning. So 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so I believe that's all of my movement. And then she's going to attack this one that is on Boddy right now.
Awesome.
I'm just going to go for a straight stab into the back. Man, I'm not rolling good. I got a 12.
Okay. It is flanked, so that will drop its armor class by 2. And because of the fear effect, that's another one. So it's an armor class 14 right now. Well, you're not. You haven't been feeling very well lately. It's yeah.
As she's kind of just mindlessly swinging at this thing, she's going to look at Boddy and say, I'll save you. I've got your back.
Nice. Okay. That's your 3 actions.
Yeah.
You ran, you puked, and you swished your sword a bit. All right, we're back to the top of the round. Plame.
Can Plame see the goblin dog's ring away? He's not blocked by the ball.
He might have to actually take a step, like to the door or something.
So the rules say that if you draw a line from any corner that you occupy to any corner of the other creature, and that goes through the doorway where that's open.
Yes. Now it would also go through Fawin, so you will thoughtfully provide it some cover. If he misses by the amount of that cover, he hits the cover.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, I don't know if that's actually in the rules, but that's how this DM's going to play it because it makes it more fun.
So Plame is going to take an action to switch weapons again to his crossbow. Take an action to load his crossbow, and he's going to take a pot shot at this fleeing goblin dog.
Which Fawin sees him load, step up, and then aim right for her.
Yep. For 14.
14. That will miss the goblin dog.
Oh. I bet it was close.
It was a 17. Okay, so that would have missed Fawin by like 1. So Fawin, this crossbow bolt goes right through your hair, off into the woods. This is the same guy who you saw shoot a villager right in the ass while being attacked by fire methods.
I know. I think he's using the chaos of battle to actually try to attack the humans.
Yes. It's just those darn goblins.
I rolled a natural 1. Fawin actually thinks this. She's beginning to wonder whose side Plame is on. Oh my gosh.
I knew exactly what I was doing.
All right, Fawin, go for it.
Fawin spends an action to say to Plame, "What are you doing? Are you crazy? Whose side are you on? You just about got me on."
No, I know exactly what I was doing. You were fine. Mostly. Probably.
Part of that why it took an action was she actually looks around perception-wise to see.
Oh. Yeah, make me a perception check.
I think she would have noticed when the goblin dog dashed by her.
Yeah, and so she rolled a 10.
Yeah, it'd be kind of obvious. I would put that at DC 10.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so then it all makes sense to her now.
Yeah, so it takes an action for you to kind of go, oh, you're shooting it.
Gotcha. Thinking maybe being outside by herself, even though she's only about 15 feet away from folks, isn't the best thing. She and Mesmer are going to take their second action to move in 10 feet inside and then see Boddy and Inara flanking this goblin dog.
I would also like to note there is a pile of puke as you walk in. Oh man, there was something in the beer this morning.
Make me a dex.
Oh, you're an evil DM. That
what
is.
Did she roll?
I'm coming to it. That's a modified 8.
Okay. Good. If you'd rolled a little bit lower, so it felt funny. You slip.
So she got
But you don't fall.
Okay. Okay. Flat check 5 on that thing, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
There's a flat check of 5.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to roll a 1. I had fingers crossed. I was like, you just go face down right in it.
And so for her, first action was perception to see what in the world Plame was doing, and then realizing, oh, okay. Then move action, she steps in the door 10 feet and jogs to her right, and so that she is, or her left, so she's just inside the door against the wall, seeing Boddy and Inara flanking the goblin dog. She casts guidance. She says, get it, Boddy.
How far away can you cast guidance from?
30 feet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
All right, Boddy.
Boddy feels this burst of guidance and decides to use it, and he's going to do something special. He's going to do a spell strike attack. So what that allows him to do is use a spell in combination with the melee attack, and he's going to use Produce Flame again.
Nice.
With a melee attack, he gets to do both. I roll once, and that hit decides if I hit or not. So I'm going to make a standard attack roll, and I'll combine a physical attack with a spell. Let's see what happens. I rolled an 11 on the dice, which gives me, and I have a +6 on the attack, so that's 17 plus 1 from the guidance, so it's an 18 against his lowered AC.
So that is a definite hit.
So that will be both the weapon damage, which is a 1d6 plus 3, which I'll roll that. That's a total of, looks like 6 points of damage, and then I'll roll the spell damage, which is 1d4 plus 3, which is a 1 on the dice, so that's 4 plus 6, so that's 10 points of damage as a flaming dog slicer hits this thing.
Well, I will have you know it had exactly 10 hits.
Perfect.
You just turn around and just cut this poor thing's throat. And with it collapses to the ground.
So as I slice through that thing with that nice clean hot cut, Boddy will use his last action to reharness some of that energy that he got from the spell strike, and he'll use something called Arcane Cascade. Like, his weapon will now glow with this amber hue from the spell strike.
So is it still, so there's a spell now kind of stored in his weapon, in his grip?
Yeah, some of the latent energy from that spell, the magical energy, he can hold on to it and keep it in his weapon for a little bit. It says, you divert a portion of the spell's magical power to keep it cycling through your body and weapon using specialized forms, breathing, or footwork. While you're in the stance, your melee strikes deal 1 extra damage. It increases as I go up in skill. But
how long does that last?
I think I'm in the stance until I release it, but it might end at the end of combat.
And it doesn't mean stances in like he takes a posture and then has to hold it. It means like kind of the way he's moving his hands or his some type of somatic element.
He's over there. He's whipping his knife around.
Yeah.
Stance. A stance. This is the rules again on Archives of Nethys, which is the website for Pathfinder rules. It says a stance is a general combat strategy that you enter by using an action with a stance trait, and you remain in it for some time. A stance lasts until you get knocked out, until its requirements are violated, then until the encounter ends, or until you use a stance action again, whichever comes first. After you take an action with a stance trait, you can't take another for 1 round. You can enter or be in a stance only in encounter mode. You can dismiss a stance. So once everything's calmed down, it'll fade.
Alrighty. The dogs will go next. He's going to run into the woods and disappear. Combat is ended. And Inara, you are not feeling better. You're kind of itching and scratching now.
Oh, no.
Think that dog gave you mange.
No.
Are you going to say anything to her as you see her just aggressively scratching her back?
She's like using the old plate mail. She's like rubbing up against it like an old bear.
So Boddy is after he slices through that dog, he's holding his weapon out and looking at the 2 doors and waiting for something to pop out. As things calm down and it's obvious there's no imminent threat, it just kind of his weapon, the energy kind of fades, and he turns around and sees Inara just clawing at herself, and he says, "Oi, one of those things bite you?"
No, I don't. Oh, maybe. Well, she holds her arm up and there's a chunk of flesh missing. It might be this. Does this look like a bite mark?
He looks over at her and says, "Do you even feel that?"
No, but I don't know. Do I look okay to you?
You're scratching quite a bit. Maybe I need to take a look at that.
Make a medicine check here to identify it.
Oh, God. Though he is a medic, he's not too good at it. So he'll make a roll. It's a 7 on the dice, which is a 10.
Yeah, it's commonly known. There's a little thing called goblin pox.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. Anything who comes into physical contact with one of these stinking goblin dogs, their mange, the nasty whatever mites or things live on them, will give you goblin pox. Unless, of course, you're a goblinoid creature. So you two, Plame and Boddy, you guys are totally immune. You could just hug on them. You could ride one. Won't give you a goblin pox. Nora, you on the other hand, yeah, you had to make the saving throw.
Okay. So Boddy, knowing that it's goblin pox now, says, yeah, you got the pox.
The pox?
So here are the effects of goblin pox. It comes in 3 stages. Stage 1 is just feeling very sick to your stomach, and it gives you sickness 1. Stage 2, which you've entered, causes sickness 1 again, plus you itch and you scratch, and it's going to take up an action each round.
Oh my gosh.
Stage 3, you move into sickness 2, and that lasts for about a day.
The good news is, Boddy does have, through his medicine skill, the ability to treat disease.
Okay, this is a disease.
It says, yeah, you spend at least 8 hours caring for a diseased creature.
8 hours?
Yeah. Attempt a medicine check against the disease's DC. After you attempt to treat disease for a creature, you can't try again until after that creature's next save against the disease. So later on, I can try to treat you for it. But, as Hal pointed out, we did get some potions. It's anti-venom and anti-plague.
Yes.
Boddy says, I can't fix this right now, but I got this. Back at the town, they gave me this. Might help you for now. So let's look at anti-plague. Anti-plague can fortify the body's defenses against diseases. Upon drinking the anti-plague, you gain an item bonus to fortitude saving throws against diseases for 24 hours. This applies to your daily save against the disease's progression. So it's a +2 item bonus on your next save if you drink it. So does this disease, how fast does it progress?
Okay. Stage 1 is 1 round. Stage 2 is 1 round. Stage 3 is 1 day.
She'll take the potion. Man, I didn't sign up for this.
You cannot willingly drink. You cannot willingly ingest anything, including elixirs and potions, while sickened.
Oh, someone's gonna have to force feed me like a cat?
Well, so you'll have to go off to the side and puke again and see if you can't get rid of your sicken.
DC 17 saving throw.
Okay, so I'll use up an action doing that. I got a modified 20, so I'm good.
Nice. Yeah, she turns around and goes down the wall, and now you can drink your potion.
So I will down the potion real quick.
Alrighty. And then 1 round later, you will go into stage 2 again. You can roll again, and if you make this one, you should be out of the disease altogether.
Real quick, can Fawin give her guidance to aid that check?
What do you tell her?
Yeah, Boddy sees Inara chug this potion. She says, hold on, Fawin. Can you help her out? Help her get over this sickness, maybe? Like you helped me destroy this goblin rat?
Fawin, who's just been a little bit aghast at all the vomiting and the mess and the thing, she's like, yeah. And she says, I hope you feel better, honey. And from a distance, you can do it. I've seen you drank that stuff at the bar. You got this.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And +1 to guidance.
Mm-hmm. DC 17 fortitude save.
All right. Oh. +1 from the potion.
And +2 from the potion, +1 from the guidance. Needs to be a 17 on the fortitude check.
That would make it exactly 17.
Nice.
So now you've won the battle. What you gonna do now? Find out next episode.
Wait, why is Mesmer over there by 2 doors at the other end?
Find out next episode.
Yeah, cat, Mesmer.
Sorry about the mess. Kind of got something, I don't know. Caught a little bit of something.
really no worse than like a normal Saturday night for her.
There is so much puke in this room. It smells terrible.
Gross.
Inara, not doing too well. Got sick. Can't hit anything. Not been a great day.
At least no one died.
How does Fawin feel about all this?
Fawin's just staying over in the far corner by the door.
Humans are gross, right?
Wayfinder Legends is a production of Red Dirt RPG LLC, and all original characters and artwork are the property of their respective creators. The Age of Ashes Adventure Path was originally produced by Paizo Publishing, and all Paizo titles, characters, and artwork are used with respect under the guidelines of the OGL and ORC gaming licenses. If you like what you've heard, join the party at patreon.com, reddirtdnd. You'll get additional content, Discord access, quarterly gifts, and more. Join the party at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. And I have to throw it out there. For a castle named Hell Knight Keep, it's awful holy.
Oh,
But bum.
yeah.
Bonus language is 0. He's not very intelligent. Yeah, he's a little smarter than Inara, but not much. Oh yeah, he's the lovable dumb guy.
Well, Ambassador Warble seemed to think he's...
Yes, charisma. He gets by on his charisma. That's part of the whole. One of the reasons why he actually was okay as a fortune teller is he was very charismatic, and people felt comfortable with him, and he could get details that he could then regurgitate back, and they're like, "Oh my gosh."
Goblin dog stories.
Yeah, well, goblin dogs will eat anything, especially things that are like rotted and nasty. They're known for their ability to digest just about anything. They've been known to chew on drywall, you name it. And one of the favorite games that goblins play is this wonderful game called Will It Eat?
Really?
You find the weirdest thing you can get your hands on, you throw it out in the middle of a group of goblin dogs, and just see if one of them will eat it. That is usually followed very shortly by a companion game called Will It Survive? Will It Die? Those who win the game of Will It Die are usually very well treated. Those who lose the game, not so much. They usually use to feed the others.
Okay.
And you get to recycle the game. Will it eat again?
Fawin is going... It's always the caster.
She spends one action thinking, and he's booking it.
He's running outside.
Yes, the double doors you guys came in.
Oh, Inara, she might have attack of opportunity.
Is that something I would just automatically have? Or is it a feat or a...
Now, this is something that's a little different, so just a clarification. Player characters don't get attacks of opportunity by default.
It's a feat.
It's a trait from the class is an attack of opportunity. Champions, barbarians, magus, and swashbuckler. Oh, I'm so sorry for opening my mouth. It's at 6th level. I didn't check deep enough to see that it might be something that's at a level.
So I just get the image of you running up and puking on this poor dog. It is embedded in my brain.
He's going to use Produce Flame again.
It's better than like using comprehend language.
Yeah. Wait, what now?
I can use a spell with my melee.
Yeah, it has to be a spell attack. I wasn't ready for that. That's awesome.
This episode not brought to you thanks to Demiplane, because they didn't sponsor us.
This is the time to remind you guys I freaking love playing with you guys. Hey everybody, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We can't wait to bring you more adventures. Join the party.